Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be repairing a Mavic Pro Platinum drone. This repair also includes the normal Mavic Pro, as they're essentially the same drone. This is still a great little drone for the age. It shoots up to 4K 30 frames per second and it still produces some very nice videos. I wanted to repair this drone as it was given to me by a friend and everything works on it except for the gimbal. So I wanted to show you how to remove the gimbal and to replace the camera. This will also work if you need to replace the ribbon housing, which I have seen can break a lot on these drones. For this repair, you will need the following tools. A set of tweezers, those screws can drop and be a bit tricky to get out. A rubber spudger, which is like a prying tool with a pointy end and a flat end, as well as a 1.5mm hex screwdriver. I have this one with an extension, which is quite handy getting to tight spots. A small Phillips head screwdriver, and of course a replacement gimbal. I got this one off eBay for $30. Before you start, make sure with any electronics you remove the battery, and for the Mavic Pro you'll need to remove the propellers as well, just so they don't get in the way. I have a link of how to do this in the description below. Step 1 will be removing the upper shell. Find the 6 screws located in the bottom section where we've removed the batteries. I'm pointing them out in the video now. For this section I will be using the hex screwdriver. A handy little tip is to find a tray where you can put the screws in, and then in each step put those screws into a different section of the tray. Next we'll be flipping over the drone so the gimbal is facing up and towards you, and locating 4 screws at the bottom. I'm pointing them out right now. For this section I'll also be using the hex screwdriver. Next, remove the 2 small panel pieces near the gimbal case. I used tweezers in the screw hole and then the pry tool to pop the little pieces off as shown in the video. Once the covers are off, we'll need a Phillips head screwdriver for the top 2 screws and a hex screwdriver for the bottom 2 screws. Once unscrewed, this is what it'll look like. For the next part, flip your drone over so the battery housing is facing the top. Get your spudger tool and then start prying open the sides. Trace around each side, making sure that you don't force it and that the clips don't break. Eventually the housing will come off like this. Grab your Phillips head screwdriver and look for the small silver screw at the bottom of the drone and undo the screw. The screw can be tricky to get out, so this is where the tweezers came in handy. Grab your tweezers and locate where you just unscrewed the screw. Grab the cable just above where you unscrewed the silver screw. Pull the wire from the little clippings. Be careful, it's a very delicate wire, and pull off to the side so it doesn't get in the way. Grab your Phillips head screwdriver. Underneath the wire is a grey panel. Remove those two Phillips head screws. There's also a bar at the bottom, as shown in the video. Undo the two screws within that bar as well. Just above where we just removed those screws, there's two ZIF connectors. Use the spudger tool to remove those connectors very gently and move them off to the side as well. Locate the little white connector and use the same tool to gently pull out the connection. Where we just removed the cables, just beneath those, locate the two Phillips head screws and then undo them with your Phillips head screwdriver. There may be some plastic adhesive in the way. Use your spudger tool to carefully scrape away the plastic adhesive to be able to get to the screws. With the spudger tool, locate the ZIF connectors from where you just unscrewed and gently pull them and disconnect them from the board. Locate the last two Phillips head screws right at the bottom where we removed the board from and undo the screws. Turn the drone back around so the gimbal is facing up and towards you. Gently grab the gimbal and then pull towards you, making sure the cable does not get caught while you're pulling it. And that's how you remove a Mavic Pro gimbal. If you'd like to reattach it, just follow the process back in reverse. Now next is the gimbal and the camera. With your Phillips head screwdriver, remove the cable cover, which is the left-hand side of the camera. Locate the camera connection on top of the main board and gently remove with your fingers. Push this off to the side. With the pry tool, underneath the camera connection, there is another connection. Gently remove this connection as well and remove to the side. Hold the main board so it's facing up. Gently move out the gimbal so the two screws on the top of the housing are shown, and then remove the screws. Once the screws are undone, gently separate the two pieces. Slot the ribbon through the little hole as seen in the video. On the right hand side of the camera is another cover. Remove that with the Phillips head screwdriver. Move the gimbal arm down as shown in the video and locate the last Phillips head screw for the cover. Once the cover is off, gently unravel it so it's not connected to the housing anymore. Locate the two Phillips head screws on the side of the camera and undo those. On the camera body, locate the Phillips head screws that are on either side of the camera and undo the screws. Grab your spudger tool, locate the gap where the cable runs into the camera, and gently pull apart. And that's everything, my friends. We've completely removed the gimbal and the housing from the drone. Follow these steps in reverse to reattach your camera and gimbal. I noticed when taking the drone apart that some of it was corroded, so I'm going to clean it with some isopropyl alcohol, a toothbrush and a microfiber cloth. Another good thing to do, since we've been handling the lens on the front, is to give it a good clean with a microfiber cloth. Thanks for watching everyone, and if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe.